Will Ospreay has 54 five-star matches. Stone Cold Steve Austin has 2, and only one of them was a singles match. As we start 2026, wrestling is statistically better than it has ever been. 311 matches have been rated 5 stars or higher. Yet AEW Dynamite is pulling around 500,000 viewers with a 0.08 demo rating. They've lost more than half their audience since 2022. The wrestling has supposedly never been better, yet nobody's watching. This isn't a coincidence. A generation of wrestlers learned to hack the system. They figured out the formula. They turned pro wrestling into an SEO scam. And Dave Meltzer is Google in 2005, completely oblivious that his algorithm is being gamed. This is the story of the greatest con in wrestling history. For decades, Dave Meltzer's star rating system was wrestling's gold standard. 5 stars meant excellence. It meant that match would draw money, create stars, and change the business. Ric Flair versus Ricky Steamboat in 1989 saved NWA and WCW. Stone Cold versus Bret Hart at WrestleMania planted the seeds for the industry's biggest boom. These matches had impact beyond the star rating itself. Cultural impact, financial impact. They mattered, but something broke. Between 1998 and 2014, Meltzer gave out only 15 five-star matches across 17 years. Rare, special, meaningful. Between 2018 and 2023, he gave out over 200 five-star matches in just 5 years. 2025 alone saw 40 matches rated 5 stars or above. Will Ospreay became the first wrestler in history to reach 54 five-star matches, more than Stone Cold, The Rock, Shawn Michaels, and The Undertaker combined. Unless wrestling suddenly became 2,000% better in 2018, the only explanation is that wrestlers figured out how to exploit the rating system. Just like SEO spammers exploited Google, just like clickbaiters exploited YouTube. The difference is that Google and YouTube fought back. They patched the exploits. They evolved. Wrestling never did. Now, the industry is living in the consequences. A product that scores perfect 10s, but can't keep an audience watching. To understand what happened, we need to talk about Google and YouTube. This is where it clicks. Early 2000s, Google had a simple algorithm. More keywords meant higher rank. More backlinks meant higher rank. The result was keyword stuffing. Articles jamming fix sync 50 times while telling you nothing about fixing syncs. Content farms generating millions of worthless pages designed purely to capture search traffic. Early YouTube from 2005 to 2011 had a simple algorithm too. More views meant higher rank. More clicks meant higher rank. The result was clickbait thumbnails, misleading titles, content creators using sex appeal and misleading thumbnails to game view counts without providing any real content. Both platforms had the same problem. People hacked the system by optimizing for the metric instead of providing value. Google responded with the Panda update in 2011. It penalized thin content, articles that lacked depth or actual value. Then came Penguin in 2012, which killed over-optimization and unnatural linking schemes. Content farms died overnight. YouTube switched from views to watch time in 2012, then to satisfaction metrics by 2015. If viewers clicked away after 10 seconds, the algorithm buried the video. Clickbaiters disappeared. Both companies learned the same lesson. When people exploit your system, you don't blame the users. You patch the exploit. They evolved. They adapted. They kept updating. Dave Meltzer's system is frozen in 1989. The criteria that rated Flair versus Steamboat is the exact same criteria rating Ospreay matches in 2026. No updates, no patches, no evolution. And wrestlers noticed, just like SEO spammers reverse engineered Google, just like clickbaiters cracked YouTube, modern wrestlers reverse engineered Dave Meltzer. They found the formula, and they've been milking it ever since. So how does someone hack a star rating? Traditional wrestling treated a super kick like a finisher. Shawn Michaels built his career on one super kick. Modern 5-star wrestling sees the Young Bucks do 47 super kicks in a single match. They literally called it the super kick party. Why does this work on Meltzer? Because volume disguises a lack of substance. When you execute 20 high-impact moves in 15 minutes, the sheer density of action tricks the brain into thinking it's watching something special. It's keyword stuffing. It's content farming. It's optimizing for the metric. But when you do 20 super kicks, none of them matter. When every move is a highlight, nothing is actually highlighted. Industry veteran Jim Cornette calls these matches all comeback and false finishes on a loop. It's like a song that's nothing but the chorus repeated 50 times. Catchy, but not actually good. In the 1990s, Mitsuharu Misawa popularized the King's Road style of Japanese wrestling. Occasionally no-selling, a big move to show toughness in a climactic moment. It was rare. It was meaningful. Modern wrestlers have gentrified fighting spirit. They turned a desperate last stand into a transition spot. Take a pile driver through a table, immediately pop up, hit your move, then sell. Why does it work? Because it looks like the classic Japanese style Meltzer loves, but it's actually just terrible selling dressed up in nostalgia. The Young Bucks named their finisher the Meltzer Driver. They literally named a move after the critic they're trying to impress. That's not wrestling. That's SEO. That's writing for the algorithm instead of the audience. And the data proves it works. The Young Bucks get consistently high ratings, while their segments frequently see viewership drops. The algorithm loves them. The audience tunes out. Even the wrestling community has noticed. Fans coined the term Ospreay tax, the idea that Will Ospreay matches automatically receive an extra half-star just for being Will Ospreay matches. When your audience creates terminology to describe algorithmic bias, you have a systemic problem. Now, some will say match quality is subjective, and they're right. To a point, you can prefer the modern athletic style. That's valid. But here's where this goes from opinion to provable crisis. If these 5-star matches were actually good, they should be drawing money. Better product means more viewers, means more revenue. Let's look at the numbers. AEW is ground zero for the modern 5-star style. Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay, the Young Bucks. These are Meltzer's favorites. 2021 to 2022 saw Dynamite averaging around 900,000 to 1 million viewers. By December 2025, they're down to around 500,000 viewers. The December 17th episode drew 511,000 viewers with a 0.08 demo rating. That tied Dynamite's lowest demo rating in history. That's a nearly 50% audience decline, while producing 45-star matches in 2025 alone. The most critically acclaimed wrestling year in history coincided with one of the worst viewership years for the promotion producing most of those matches. Meanwhile, WWE typically gets 3 to 4-star ratings for main events instead of 5 to 6 stars. Yet, they're experiencing record business. They are setting live gate records in almost every city. Raw and SmackDown are the top-rated shows on cable, vastly outperforming the critically acclaimed AEW. WrestleMania breaks revenue records annually. The lower quality product, according to Meltzer's algorithm, is generating the highest user satisfaction according to actual revenue. In the tech world, this would be definitive proof that the algorithm is broken. If a website with a low quality score gets all the traffic and engagement, your quality score is measuring the wrong thing. The system truly broke with Kazuchika Okada versus Kenny Omega. January 2017 saw their Wrestle Kingdom match get 6 stars, breaking Meltzer's own 5-star ceiling for the first time in decades. June 2018 saw their Dominion rematch get 7 stars. By breaking the scale, Meltzer accidentally devalued the entire history of the medium. If Omega and Okada is 7 stars, then Austin and Hart is mathematically 28% worse. And wrestlers learned the lesson. Excess is the key. If 30 minutes gets 5 stars, try 60 minutes. If 5 near falls get 4 stars, do 20 near falls. The result was an inflationary bubble. 1998 to 2014, 15 5-star matches across 17 years. 2018 to 2023, over 200 5-star matches in just 5 years. 2025 alone, 40 5-star or above matches. As of January 5th, 2026, there have been 311 matches rated 5 stars or higher in the database. The currency is worthless. 5 stars doesn't mean anything anymore. Let's go back to what a 5-star match used to mean. Picture this. Steve Austin, blood streaming down his face, locked in Bret Hart's sharpshooter. He refuses to quit, his face twisted in agony, veins bulging. He passes out from the pain rather than tap out. That image changed everything. The crowd realized this bad guy has more heart than the good guy attacking a defenseless opponent. The double turn happened not through promos or storylines, but through selling and blood and storytelling. The finish wasn't a spectacular move, it was a submission hold. A basic hold where Austin refused to quit until his body shut down. That's what made it special. Austin 316 became the best-selling shirt in wrestling history. Stone Cold went from upper mid-carder to pop culture icon. He appeared on Celebrity Deathmatch, Nash Bridges, primetime television. This match planted the seeds. Within a year, with Mike Tyson and the full force of the Attitude Era, wrestling would hit heights never seen before or since. WWF went from near bankruptcy to record profits. They won the Monday Night War. This match created impact. Real, measurable, undeniable impact. Ask someone who doesn't watch wrestling if they know Stone Cold Steve Austin. They'll say yes. Now ask them if they know Will Ospreay. That's the difference between a real 5-star match and an algorithm exploit. The 1989 trilogy between Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat. 3 legendary matches. Every move was contested. Perfect pacing. The finish came from a small package, not a super finisher through 7 tables. This stabilized NWA and WCW during a tumultuous period. Still driving network subscriptions and sales decades later, these matches changed how people viewed wrestling, how promotions structured shows, and how future wrestlers approached the craft. Lucha Bros vs. Young Bucks at AEW All Out 2021 got 5 stars. Visually spectacular, incredibly athletic. Did it create a mainstream star? No. Did it reverse a ratings trend? No. Did it penetrate pop culture? No. Did it create a merchandise boom? No. It was critically acclaimed and commercially impotent. That's the difference between optimizing for the user and optimizing for the algorithm. Google and YouTube showed the path forward. You have to update the algorithm. Meltzer's criteria need to evolve. The rating system needs to account for business impact. Did it draw money, sell tickets, move merchandise? It needs to measure cultural resonance. Did it create moments people remember? Did it transcend the bubble? It needs to track retention value. Did the audience stay or did they tune out? It needs to reward selling and psychology. Does the match make logical sense or does it just move spam? It needs to consider long-term quality. Does it hold up on rewatch or was it just sensory overload in the moment? Right now, you can get 5 stars by doing 60 minutes of runtime, 20 false finishes, 15 high spots, 0 character development, 0 storytelling, 0 selling. That's a broken system. Here's the uncomfortable truth nobody wants to say out loud. Will Ospreay is an incredible athlete. He's acknowledged the ratings are just one guy's opinion. Even he doesn't view them as gospel. The system is broken. It's rewarding gymnastics over storytelling, athleticism over emotion, algorithm optimization over actual impact. The wrestlers who hacked it aren't villains. They're just playing the game as designed. Can you blame them? They figured out the formula. 60 minutes plus 20, false finishes plus excessive high spots equals 5 stars. So they deliver exactly that. But Google learned in 2011 and YouTube learned in 2012 what wrestling still hasn't figured out as we start 2026. When people game your algorithm, you don't reward them, you fix the algorithm. Until Dave Meltzer updates his criteria to penalize thin psychology and reward genuine emotional connection and business impact, this will only get worse. The scammers will keep getting their 5 stars. The audiences will keep leaving. And wrestling will keep wondering why the best wrestling ever can't draw a crowd. The star rating system isn't measuring quality anymore. It's measuring who studied for the test. Let us know in the comments whether modern 5-star matches are legitimately better or whether wrestlers just learned to game the system.